Hi Scorpio and Scorpio Rising, here is your horoscope for August 2025. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. Alright, we're going down memory lane this month, and this is because we have 4 planets in retrograde, including Mercury right there in your career house. So many of you are contemplating what to do about your career. Maybe you're thinking about going back to a job or a company or a situation from the past. This seems to be the theme here. Your ruler Pluto is in retrograde along with Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury. So 4 planets in retrograde. And of course, the most important one here is Mercury, because Mercury is about communication. It's in the sign of Leo in the 10th house, which has to do with status and career and goals. Unfortunately, the sun is going through the 10th house as well. So, you're focusing on your business or your job or being seen in the public in some way. Now, your co-ruler Mars right here is going to switch signs at the beginning of the month and go into Libra right here in the 12th house, which is not that great because Mars does not work well in Libra, and I'll get to that in a minute. We now have Uranus in Gemini in the 8th house, so you're thinking outside the box. You're thinking about all your funding, your finances, and so on, your investments, and what to do with them. So there's a lot of innovation coming in the next 7 to 8 years with your finances and investments. There's quite a few planets retrograde here, including the Chiron, the asteroid, in the 6th house of health and service. So again, this is why you're questioning your job, your daily routine, what it is that you want, what you don't want. And fortunately, there is a wonderful alignment this month between Venus and Jupiter around the 12th, and it'll be a conjunction in the sign of Cancer. So this could be a very positive energy that's coming in for many of you. But the first 9 days of the month are a little tricky because of the retrogrades, because of the alignments that I'm seeing. So let's dive in and I'll explain what this all means. So if you're a Scorpio sun sign or a Scorpio rising, this is a very, very general overview of your sign. Using Western tropical astrology, using the whole house system. We put your sign right there at 0 degrees, and then we can see where the planets fall. So your birth chart and your birthday is going to be completely different. So even though I'm trying to give you an idea of what's coming, your birth chart may say something different. Some alignments may override what's going on. And so again, this is why it has to be very general and basic. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we start off the month late on the 6th into the 7th. Mars, your co-ruler, goes into Libra. Now, Mars is about aggression. It's about conflict. It's about moving forward. It's very fiery and get up and go. And it's in a sign, its opposite sign of Libra, which is none of that. Libra is passive. Libra is indecisive. Libra is into beauty and fashion and looking good and very partnership oriented. So Mars does not know what to do when it's in the sign of Libra. Hence, indecision, wishy-washy, decision-making, passive-aggressive behavior. That is all under the umbrella of Mars in Libra. And furthermore, it's in the 12th house of limitations. So for the next 5.5 weeks or so, 6 weeks, this Mars makes its way through this 12th house. You're going to be uncertain. You're going to be, I don't know, I just want to hide out. I don't really want to do much of anything. I just, I'll work behind the scenes, that kind of mindset, which is great. I mean, we all get to experience Mars going through the 12th house. And so this is a time where there's a lot of reflection going on. There's a lot of contemplating and preparing stuff, that you could prepare for when Mars leaves Libra and goes into Scorpio, which is going to be much more powerful for many of you. Okay, so nothing to worry about. I'm just giving you a heads up of the kind of energy that you might be feeling with Mars and Libra. If you start feeling a little indecisive or unsure, you could blame Mars and Libra. The full moon in Aquarius on the 9th highlights the home, feeling, and foundation. This is your core of your childhood. This is your family life. This is your children. And a full moon here, it brings to light something to do with the home life. Whether it's a child, whether it's a mother, whether it's a real estate matter, anything to do with the foundation is highlighted with a full moon in Aquarius. Now, of course, Aquarius is the sign associated with surprises. So there could be some surprises that come out of left field with regards to expenses or maybe a child's expense, or maybe there's some sort of damage to the home and you need to repair it. I'm just giving you examples of what it could possibly be. And of course, there could be a lot of emotion involved here, because the full moon in the 4th house could be very emotional, whether it's happy or sad, either way. Okay, so giving you the heads up there. Now, fortunately, Mercury goes direct on the 11th. Right there it is in stationary position before it moves forward. And now you could start to get a little bit more clarity coming into the picture. And usually within the first week after it's gone direct, you start to get more of an understanding of what you need to do, where you need to go. And so this is going to help with the clarification. Now, Mercury in Leo is very creative. So you're finding very creative ways to amuse yourself, to work harder at your job or your business, and making strides and getting a lot of attention. That's what you're doing here with this Mercury in Leo and then going direct. So that's going to be very helpful. Now, this alignment on the 12th, right there, Venus and Jupiter conjunct at 14 degrees of Cancer. So whatever that is in your birth chart, you want to take a look at it, because it's going to be very important. Now, this is a very positive alignment between Venus, which is about partnerships and finance, and Jupiter, which is about expansion and looking at the bigger picture and optimism and feeling happy. So these two together could bring in something very important for you around this time. I would say from the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, this will still be in effect, but it's highlighted on the 12th. So this could be a time where you're either traveling, okay, to water or near water, because Cancer is a water sign, just like Scorpio is. This could be a revelation or an awareness. This could be just you feeling happy and content for no reason. Maybe you're doing something with a home project, or maybe you're doing something with family. Maybe you're going on a family vacation and you're having a really good time. This indicates all of that because it's in the 9th house of travel. So whatever it is for you, this is a very positive alignment that should not be ignored. So for these couple of days, if there's something you want to do and you're feeling fortunate, take advantage of it. Jupiter and Venus in the 9th house could be very playful also. So you might find yourself, your sense of humor going off the chart and just wanting to engage in with other people and have some more fun. So I highly encourage it during this alignment. The sun enters Virgo. Now you're back to serious business and getting things done. On the 22nd into the 23rd, there's the sun entering Virgo. Now, Virgo is kind of like Scorpio. It works hard. It's focused on the small details, and it wants to get things done. So here we see now the sun in the 11th house of future hopes, wishes, and dreams, community, friendships, acquaintances. This is all about technology. So now your focus is completely shifting. All right, I know what I need to do. I need to get into high gear. I need to make this happen, and I'm going to focus my energy on that, especially with the new moon also. On the 23rd, it'll be at 0 degrees of Virgo. So wherever that is in your birth chart, you want to focus there. New moon in Virgo, 11th house. It's suggesting a new friend, a new organization, a new set of goals, a new way of looking at the future. And so this is going to help you out a lot with this new moon in Virgo. Virgo is a good sign with Scorpio. They work well together, the Virgo energy and the Scorpio energy. So take advantage of opportunities. If you get invited somewhere, I would say go, check it out, see if it's something that works for you. Okay? Now, Venus also switches signs here on the 25th. It enters Leo in your 10th house of career and status. Now you're getting a lot more attention either at work or something to do with a promotion or something to do with your business, making more money. Advertising it, just drawing more attention to what you're doing. It's going to be a great time for a raise if you're going to ask for a raise, or, getting more popular in your job or your business. This could absolutely help you. Now, Venus in Leo likes a lot of attention. It could be very dramatic and, is worried more about its appearance. So a lot of the stuff on a personal level could be very important this month with Venus in Leo. Taking care of your appearance, making sure you look good. And so this is all going to be highlighted for the next 5 weeks or so as Venus makes its way through Leo in your 10th house. But there is one word of caution here, and that's as soon as Venus enters Leo, it opposes powerful Pluto, your ruler. So you need to be careful a couple of days until this moves away. There could be some conflict at home or with emotions and feelings or with business or your job, because this could be a conflict, okay, tension building. And so pay attention. This could be relationship issues of all kinds, whether they're family or business or at work. So this is just brewing here. Once it passes, everything should start to improve again, okay? Anyway, there's the general overview. If you want to know more, I do an extended version of this in my Inner Circle community. So check out the link down below. And we do Zoom calls every Sunday. And so the members get to ask me questions. We interact. We talk about all kinds of stuff from conspiracies, UFOs, politics, you name it. And members do send me charts, and I do answer a few questions for them. And of course, I do weekly astrology there too. So check it out. There's a 7-day free trial. There's no obligation. So I hope to see you in the community. And have a great month, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.